What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making her debut on the channel tonight, we have Barbara Hannigan. Yes, indeed. How about that? Barbara Hannigan making her debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Arthur Ogus, and this is actually Arthur's prioritized request for the month of January for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Arthur. Hope you enjoy the show. Arthur wanted to see me react to this. It is Barbara Hannigan and the London Symphony Orchestra. Yes, the S.L.O, or the L.S.O, I'm sorry, the L.S.O, with a tune entitled Mystere du Macabre.
Behold, I have emerged from the place of spells and fairies.
Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, you have got to be kidding me. This is that song. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by, hope I pronounced this right, Jorge Lieberman. Yeah, Jorge Lieberman, let's go with that. And the video has 295,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Barbara Hannigan and the London Symphonic Orchestra. Sir Simon Rattle, director. Georgi Ligeti, Mystere du Macabre, live. Woo, what a mouthful. All right. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yes, disgusting. Oh, that's a bad habit. Don't ever let your band director catch you doing that, by the way.
Highest security grade.
anybody who has ever commented on, well, for example, one of my Tool videos where I'm reacting to a Tool song, and they go in the comments and they complain about, why are you making such a big deal about counting? Why are you making such a big deal about subdivisions? Why are you making such a big deal about time signature? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A. Good Lord. All of these little pieces, all the vocalizations, not just, I'm assuming this is Barbara Hannigan here. I'm assuming that's her. Not just from her, but from all of the string instruments and the wind instruments who are also doing vocalizations, but are coming in on specific subdivisions, specific counts. They come in on the of 1 or on the E of 2. And they go and they hit their pattern, and then they're out. If you're not counting, if you're not subdividing in your head, you're going to come in the wrong spot, and you're going to cause a train wreck. In a piece of music like this, counting is key. You will live and die by counting on a piece like this. So for those of you who are always complaining about, oh, you're making too much of a deal about the counting, and you're putting too much emphasis on the counting. In a piece like this, if you're not counting, you're going to wreck the entire song. All these unison parts being vocalized by 12 to 16 people. And if one person is off, it's going to be noticeable. It's going to be very noticeable. Not just the vocalizations, but the single note that is being played by various instruments in various places. Just one note, not a line, not a chord, just one note in unison on the and of 3. Boom. That's it. That's it. What if someone comes in early? What if someone comes in late? Out of all of those voicings, all playing in unison, one voice is off. Is that going to make a big difference? You better believe it. So, for all of you who have ever complained about me counting or placing so much importance on counting,
that's hurtful.
all of you, y'all can suck it. All right. Anyway, let's get back into this, shall we?
What did you say?
March, 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 target, direction, 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 friends, your palace. March, target, royal palace, palace. Password. Go, 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 dash! Go, go, dash! Demonstrations, protestations, provocations, Psst, psst, much discretion, close observation, testing caution. That's all. Psst, psst, not a squeak.
I just have to point out this one section. So she's got the heavy vibrato going, right? Heavy vibrato. And then she cuts off. And I believe, I want to say it was either a flute in a high range or a piccolo in a low range who took over right where she left off. And then she comes back in. I found this very entertaining and very well done. And then she goes back in.
Stand it, Prime Minister Farage.
Secret cipher, codename Loch Ness Monster. Come inside, with burns.
A lot of percussion.
Tunt, no fright. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Beyond all doubt. Satellite, asteroid, thunder to hinder, overboard.
Okay. As principal. Yep. Yes. Now she's coming back out. Oh yes, give her her gum back. Yeah, she needs that back. Yes. I was wondering if they were gonna work that into the show, giving her the gum back. There you go. 10:27, huh? 10 minutes and 27 seconds. All right. I am going to do my best to condense everything down as much as I can. Because if I don't, we're going to be here for another half hour. So let me get my thoughts together. Let me condense and combine everything as much as I possibly can. I'm going to try to get this under 10 minutes, but I make no guarantees, folks. I make no promises other than I'm going to try. So let me get started. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Barbara Hannigan and the London Symphony Orchestra with a tune entitled Mystere du Macabre. This was a request from Arthur Ogus. And this was actually Arthur's prioritized request for the month of January for being a Silver Tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Arthur. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, I did everything I could, folks, to condense this. I did, and I think I'm successful. I don't think we're going to be here for 10 minutes or over 10 minutes. I'm pretty confident we're going to get this done in under 10. But again, I may go off on a tangent, and the next thing you know, we're here for 20. So I'm going to try. Okay, I'm really going to try. I have a plan. So let's get to it, shall we? Starting off with the score. Should I start with the score? Yeah, I'm gonna do something weird here in this situation. The score I'm about to give is not a score that I give lightly. I take this score very seriously, and I hold this score in very high regard. Such high regard, as a matter of fact, that, spoiler alert, I've only ever given this score once in the history of the channel, to a song, to a particular song. And I'm only going to give this score for the second time in the history of the channel for a song. So brace yourself, folks. On a scale of 1 to 10, and I don't think too many people are going to disagree with me on this, I'm going to give that overall presentation a 9.9. Yep, 9.9. You heard me? I didn't stutter. That is the score I feel this performance and song and everything about it deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, a 9.9. What does that mean? Well, a 9.9 would translate to an outstanding, amazing, impressive skill rating because overall, this was an outstanding, amazing, and impressive job. This is about as close to perfection as you can possibly get. It would also equate out to 5 out of 5 stars and an A+ letter grade. Yes, an A+. So there you go, a 9.9, outstanding, amazing, impressive skill rating, 5 out of 5 stars, and an A+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. I have only ever given a 9.9 to one other song, and that was Nightwish with The Greatest Show on Earth. This is on par with that. It absolutely is. And I know a lot of people right now might be scratching their head going, how in the world do you figure, DH? What are you thinking? Well, let me lay it all out for you, okay? First of all, composition. I don't know who wrote this. I'm not sure who the actual composer was. But whoever composed this did an outstanding job. The usage of so much percussion to reinforce what was happening within the vocalist. Outstanding work. Just beyond outstanding. That was a treat to listen to. And then reinforced within just what was happening within the vocals and the percussion, reinforced by all the rest of the instrumentation. It felt almost like the orchestra, like the strings and the woodwinds and the brass, they felt like just an accompaniment. But it felt like the vocal work and the percussion work were the main attraction. That's unique. Usually it's just the vocalist being the star of the show. No, I feel like the percussion was equally important in this. But make no mistake, without the rest of the orchestra, without the woodwinds, without the strings, without the brass, it could have been done, but it would have sounded hollow at times. And on top of that, utilizing the vocalizations within the brass and the woodwinds and the strings, when they weren't playing, they were vocalizing parts. Interesting. Very interesting. Not something that you hear too often. I thought that was, I hate to say it, but that was brilliant. I mean, if they're not going to be playing, then have them do something else. Have them reinforce what's happening within or not reinforce from a supporting, as in doing it at the same time with the lead vocalist, but having it in a supporting role, a true supporting role, where she will vocalize, she'll stop, and they'll pick up where she left off. They stop, and she comes back in again. I thought that was brilliant. I'm sorry, but I think that was absolutely brilliant. A lot of fun with the arrangement. I could see the composer just having a time of it when it comes to the arranging of the parts. You know, who's going to do what, where, and when. I thought that was very, very well done. On top of that, the notational selection, very, very dissonant, but at the same time, always resolving. And I absolutely appreciate that. I have no problem with dissonance. I have a problem with dissonance when it's being dissonant just for the sake of being dissonant. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. They're just being dissonant for the sake of being dissonant. Then I have a problem. Never the case here. There was always rhyme and reason behind the dissonance because it would always resolve. There was never a time where you heard any lines, any dissonant lines, any dissonant parts that did not resolve. So I love that. Absolutely dug that. Okay, now for the record, it's the London Symphony Orchestra. It's the L.S.O. Now, listen, the L.S.O. does not hire chumps, okay? They just don't. If you want to play in the London Symphony Orchestra, you had better be at the top of the game. The London Symphony Orchestra, the London Philharmonic, the LA Philharmonic. I mean, if you want to play the Boston Phil, if you want to play with one of these orchestras, you have got to be at the top of your game. So they're not going to hire chumps, and you can tell within the orchestra that they are not chumps. They know how to play, they know how to read music, they know how to play their instruments, which was very obvious. For those people who always complain about me making such a big deal about counting, I want you to look at this piece of music and ask yourself, can you play this without counting? Seriously, without subdividing, without knowing how to subdivide and how to count properly, can you perform a piece of music like this? No, it's impossible. You have got to know how to count, how to subdivide, and how to do it properly. Because if you don't, there's going to be places where you're going to stick out like a sore thumb because you didn't come in on the right beat, or you didn't come in on the right subdivision of that beat while everybody else did. And you're going to look like an absolute fool. So for those of you that love to pick on me and say, oh, you make too much of a deal about counting and subdividing, this piece of music right here proves beyond a shadow of a doubt how important it is. So great piece of music. A fantastic piece of music. And on top of that, you have this amazing vocal performance. I believe that's Barbara Hannigan demonstrating some fantastic vocal techniques, some outstanding range. I mean, clearly she's a soprano, but I mean, I counted at least a 4-octave range, if not more. There may have been more. There very well could have been more, but I personally counted at least 4 octaves that she covered. Outstanding. Just an amazing piece of work from her. And on top of it all, her delivery, not just from a notational standpoint, but from a vocalization standpoint. And there is a difference. There were times where she was delivering vocally without utilizing any kind of pitch. It was just vocal delivery for the sake of vocal delivery, whether it be to emphasize some sort of an emotional status, such as panic or relief or anxiety or suspense, aggression, submissive. It was all delivered within her vocal delivery. Not talking about pitch, just talking about her expression. Amazing. And then on top of it, there was also physical comedy, even lightheartedness, not just from her. I mean, don't get me wrong, she did most of it, but the conductor had a part in it too. I mean, he was being very, I don't want to say comedic, but no, at times he was being very lighthearted, let's just say. The part where he turned to the crowd and said, "Are you kidding me?" You know, that was fun. It was relief. It was a moment of levity. When she pushed the conductor out of the way and took over the conducting responsibility. And then he comes over and, takes his foot and pushes her out of the way so he could take over again. Even before the piece of music started, handing over the gum. I mean, it's all in good-natured fun. Here's the thing, though. It was balanced. It was done tastefully. It wasn't comedy for the sake of slapstick. It wasn't grasping at straws, trying, hoping, praying that people will laugh. You know, taking the pie and hitting them in the face with it once, that's funny. Taking that same pie and hitting him in the face over and over and over and over again, now it's desperation. Please laugh at me. Please laugh at this. It's funny. Really, it's funny. Please laugh at this. You know, I never felt that. Everything felt genuine. Everything felt real. Everything felt appropriate. There was never one thing that happened from a comedic standpoint, from a delivery standpoint, that felt out of place, that felt inappropriate, that felt unbalanced. No, everything was done well. It was all done in cheeky, humorous fun, and never going across the line into absurdity. Everything felt tastefully done. You don't get any better than this. I'm sorry, you don't. From between the orchestra, the vocal work, the conducting, the antics, well done, well played, very effective, but not overly delivered, taking everything into account here, and taking the final piece of the puzzle, taking a piece of music that is over 10 minutes long, 10 minutes and 27 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't feel like it. Honestly, it felt like, if I'm being honest, it felt like 8 minutes. I mean, the time flew by. I was thoroughly entertained, impressed, and taken on a journey from start to finish. This is how I'm coming up with the outstanding, amazing, impressive score of 9.9 for a single performance. A single performance of a single piece of music. I feel very justified giving it that 9.9. So that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, folks. We have a 9.9, only the second time I've ever given that score for a single piece of music and a single performance. A 9.9, which is an outstanding, amazing, impressive scale rating, 5 out of 5 stars, and an A+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.